I'm joined now by the head of legal there, Ziyaad Hassam. Ziyaad, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, what's been happening in the mine? Hostage drama, a sit-in?
Well, it's very definitely a hostage drama. You know, it's a sit-in by a very small number of people, but you know, around about 500 or so people have been kept against their will. They've been wanting to come out since the end of their shift on Monday morning, and they've been prevented from coming out.
Do you have evidence? Do you have evidence?
Morning,
do you have evidence to back this up, that it was a hostage drama?
We do. So we now have eyewitness accounts. Around about 200 of our employees were able to overpower the smaller group earlier this morning. And they've come to surface. Our first priority was obviously checking on their medical and emotional well-being. But several of them have given witnesses to both the police and to ourselves. And they've confirmed that they were being kept against their will and they were not allowed to come out. And that's pretty much since, as I said, the end of their shift on Monday morning.
Should we expect any arrests?
I think it's at a sensitive stage at the moment. We've been asked by the police not to provide any further information with regards to what steps will be taken going forward.
Okay, is there a dispute between AMCU and the NUM about who has the big numbers of members to be represented at the mine?
That is correct. So that's the current situation is that the NUM is the only recognized union within that bargaining unit, and that bargaining unit contains around about 1,800 employees. The mine has currently got a closed shop agreement with the NUM, and that agreement has been in place since 2012. About 5 months ago, AMCU submitted an application for organizational rights. That process is still ongoing in both the CCMA as well as the Labour Court, and the judgment that we've received last week was that any application for organizational rights is subordinate to the closed shop agreement that we currently have with the NUM. So the correct way for AMCU to get a foothold in the mine would be to apply to join the closed shop agreement. Following that application, we can then conduct a balloting process through an independent third party. And based on the numbers that come out of that balloting process, we can then either join them to the current closed shop agreement or enter into a new closed shop agreement. But that will all depend on the percentage of the votes that come out, both for NUM and AMCU.
So AMCU has not applied to join the closed shop agreement. Instead, from what you've said and what we're hearing, they're trying to force their way to be recognized by some of them holding NUM members hostage since Monday morning.
That is correct. And they've been interdicted from doing that as well.
But it went on. Despite the interdict, they carried on to do so according to what you're just telling us.
Correct. Despite 2 interdicts, we received one on Monday and another on Tuesday. And despite both of those interdicts, they are now in violation of 2 interdicts. Their conduct is illegal, unlawful, and also in violation of 2 court interdicts.
Are you going to take action against AMCU?
Again, at this stage, things are sensitive. Our priority is to get the remaining 250 or so employees out from underground. And we certainly don't want to do anything that would compromise their safety.
So as we speak to you, there's still 250 workers underground since Monday morning.
Correct. And it seems as though the 200 or so that have escaped are the younger, fitter and healthier among the employees that were stuck underground. Those that remain underground are those that have been injured, the paramedics, the security officials, as well as the older people and a substantial number of women that are also among that number. So that's very much our priority, to get those people out.
From the eyewitness accounts, was there violence underground? You've mentioned injuries. What caused those injuries?
From what we gather, it was scuffles between the 40 or so people that were holding the larger group against their will. There were certain people who had tried to resist, and the accounts that we're receiving are that the injuries were sustained as a result of those scuffles.
Are they getting...
we have not verified the nature and the extent of those injuries as yet.
So you've not been able to verify them yet. But now the 250 should be a concern. They still remain underground. You've indicated it's women, and it could be older people who might not as fit as the younger ones who've managed to come up. What help are you going to give them underground? Are you able to access them?
We're not able to get direct access to them. We're still being prevented, but we are sending water and the requisite medication to these people. As far as other help is concerned, we are in constant dialogue with the police as well as with AMCU to try to negotiate. I'm not sure if you can hear, but right outside my window now, there are a group of AMCU people that are chanting and yeah, but the situation still remains very tense at the mine.
The situation still remains very tense. Who is preventing you from accessing and helping the 250 workers who are still stuck underground as we speak to you right now?
It is still the group of people that are controlling the access points. So those people claim to be acting on behalf of AMCU, and they're controlling any access in or out.
Has AMCU denied this? Is AMCU accepting that this behavior is legitimate?
They have at no stage denied that those members are acting on their instructions. They are very well aware that their behavior and their conduct is illegal. I personally served the court interdict on the AMCU leadership yesterday afternoon. And we also served the first interdict on them on Monday afternoon. Okay. So they're very well aware that their continued conduct is illegal.
Okay, we're talking to you. Situation is tense. You are as owners, being prevented from going underground to help and assist 250 people who are still stuck there since the shift ended on Monday morning. You've had reports that you can't verify them, but you've had reports that some of them may be injured. And you say the situation is tense and you're at a sensitive stage. So what is next in this drama? Let's call it that. I mean, you say it's a hostage drama, according to you, because people are being held against their will. And that's the eyewitness accounts you've refused. You've received statements that have been given to the police. So at this sensitive stage, what can be done to resolve this? What are you going to be doing as the owners next?
Look, the situation is still very fluid, and as I said, it is tense. Our priority is to get the remaining people out from underground. That supersedes anything else. As I said, we are in constant negotiations with AMCU to secure their release, and the police are on standby. They are reluctant to engage unless absolutely necessary. We certainly want to avoid any violence erupting at all costs. So that would be an absolute last resort, but we're trying to negotiate the release at this stage with AMCU.
So what are you prepared not to do in this scenario at this moment? As you say, you are prioritizing the lives and safety of those underground.
Again, I think the negotiations move along at rapid pace at the moment. So this is a moving target for us, but that is our absolute priority, and that for us is a non-negotiable.
Okay. I know you're head of legal, but you'll sit with the executive team. Losses. Are you counting your losses right now? Can you give us a number? How much you've been losing since Monday?
We are counting the losses. It is substantial. We don't want to put a number out there at this point. It is substantial, but again, it is secondary to the health and safety of the employees underground.
Okay. Are you targeting today as the day to take out the 250 workers? I mean, this is now day 3.
Absolutely. I think every minute is is our target. So if we could secure their release within the next minutes or hours, that would be ideal. So absolutely, we're targeting today, and we'd like to get these people released as soon as we possibly can.
So you maintain it's a hostage drama, according to you as the owners, according to eyewitness accounts, and there are negotiations currently going on as I speak to you.
Correct.
Okay. Thank you very much for your time, Ziyaad, and we'll let you go back to the negotiations as part of the executive team. That's Ziyaad Hassam, head of legal at the Gold One mine. It is a fluid situation, he says. Situation is still very much tense at the mine. 250 mine workers remain underground. They include women workers as well as male workers, and he says that some of them might be of an advanced age. They've been prevented, allegedly, by some 40 or so other miners who may be belonging to AMCU from leaving because they want recognition. Mine owners, according to Mr. Hassam, believe this has been a hostage drama.